Sabi ni Ma'am Patty, umaasa yata siya na siguradong panalo nung eleksyon nung tinaas ang kamay niya sa kampanya para sa Kongreso. Mukhang nagtatanim ng sama ng loob kay Tatay Digong, siguro. But again, like I said, karapatan ng kahit sino sa atin mag-unfollow and mag-block. For me, hindi ko naman siya finollow ever, so walang difference. But a follow, that's given to somebody who deserves it. And you set your own standards for what the person deserves. Sabi ni RRRR. And na-confirm po, dalawa yung sinasabi niya. Sabi ni RRRR, I never followed Attorney Regal. She just randomly appeared sa wall ko, never felt a connection. And two, and na-confirm yung pumunta siya sa September 21 sa kabila. Sabi ni Kent, ako din, never na ako nag-follow sa iba maliban sa mga legit supporters gaya ni Attorney Trix, Asmoka, Banateros, Kipi, and the rest of the gang. Sabi ni Christopher, wala namang problema sa sinasabi niya about the ICC. Masakit lang kasi sa sinabi niya, yung parang may judgment na kaagad siya kay PRD regarding the human rights victims, which fabricated naman talaga. Sabi ni Weiwei, I deleted and blocked his post because I don't want this to pass my page. Valerie naman says, Regal's theatrics throw me off. Ay, andito si Ma'am Ann. That is why I am here. I would like to hear your perspective as well. I am an ordinary citizen simply trying to understand what is happening in our country. And I am grateful that independent commentators like you take the time to explain your position from a professional standpoint. The majority of Filipinos do not have a concrete understanding of the law, which is why your insights are valuable. My intention in giving her room to clarify or refine her opinion was merely to bitin pa rin. Bitin po, Sir Kong J. Sabi ni Ma'am Ola, yes po, natuto na po kami, pero minsan sutil pa rin. Totoo naman. Sabi ni Sarah, waste of time to listen to her POV dahil I don't trust her anymore because she's not consistent. She doesn't deserve my time. Sabi ni Navi E, may I ask po ano advocacy nyo? Do you presume that everybody has one? Or that everybody who is on social media has an advocacy? I do actually have advocacies. But my question is, do you presume that everybody has one? Kasi when you ask the question, you said, anong advocacy mo? With the presumption that I have one. I do, but do you presume that everybody has one? Sabi ni Anthony, iba talaga ang SOCMED. Pag nagkamali ka, kukuyugin ka talaga ng netizens, lalo pa pag grupo ang tinamaan, ang pinaglalaban nila. Kaya be careful and be responsible in putting your opinions on SOCMED platforms. I agree with be responsible and be careful, but that doesn't mean that we should not give our opinions. In fact, I believe that we should make full use of social media, of the democratic space. Sabi ni Febe, pwede din bang i-consider yung corruption na crime against humanity kasi ang daming nabiktima sa flooding? Sa atin, it looks that way. Kasi pagka pinakialaman mo yung infrastructure that's intended to save lives, dapat oo. Kaya lang, in cases that are filed before the International Criminal Court, strict po kasi criminal case siya. Pag criminal case, strictly construed lahat. Ibig sabihin, kailangan yung ebidensya beyond reasonable doubt. Pagka ganun, malayo yung connection, there may be a civil liability, meaning liable for damages yung tao, but there might not be a criminal liability. Ito naman si Florence, sabi niya, Attorney Regal doesn't strike me as a DDS supporter kasi most of the DDS and vloggers, simple lang. They can dress up if the event needs. Pero si Regal, parang everyday nakikipag-magic ball. Uy, kayo naman. Pwede naman yun. Wala namang masama doon. Ako pa talaga sasabihan mo ng ganyan. Kung pwede nga ako mag-fantasy magic ball araw-araw, gagawin ko eh. But, of course, the conventions of the day, pero I don't know if I would go as far as actually attend a fantasy ball. But if it were acceptable, I'd be in ball gowns every day. For me, naiirita nga ako that, It's very expensive now to have yung mga formal dinners na people get dressed and all that. I like getting dressed. But you're right. Sometimes talaga, ang hirap naman na lahat ng kasama mo ay nakamaong, naka-sneakers, tapos ikaw naka-ball gown, di ba? Sabi ni RG, gandang hapon. Totoo po, nakakasuhan si Kong Barsaga. Natawa ako sa sinabi ni Sen Gatchalian kay Vince Dizon, parang tumanda daw ng 80 years. O, dami ng tawanan kanina sa Senate. Di ko pa po pinapanood. Sabi ni Ron, si Sir Chavit po ang nakasuhan, imbis na si Tamba at Saldi ko. Nakakatawa talaga itong gobyerno. Oo nga eh. Nalulungkot ako sa ganyan. Pero hindi ako nagugulat. Kasi in many instances, in many administrations, yung whistleblower po, yun talaga ay nakakasuhan. Wala tayong whistleblower protection law eh. Sabi ni Joshua, basta ako nagbago na ako ng mood sa social media pag against kay Tatay Digong, unfollow or di kaya block. Ganun na lang ako ngayon. Alam nyo, I understand how you feel kasi we want consistency eh. Ibig sabihin, nararamdaman mo na agitated ang mga tao because very agitating naman ang mga pangyayari. Which reminds me of my art history classes, if you will indulge me. Centuries ago. Kaya favorite ko si Galileo eh. Nung finally, in-acknowledge yung heliocentric model ng ating solar system. And the church was losing the argument, kumbaga. People felt parang wow, nothing is real anymore. Something that they thought, that they relied on as an absolute truth, that the entire universe, not just the solar system, but everything revolved around the earth because we are God's chosen people. Suddenly, that wasn't true anymore. And so agitated ang mga tao. Their minds went exploring, and all of these were reflected in the arts. So ang sabi nila, the Baroque period was born out of this agitation, which is why a lot of the curlicues reflect the intensity and the agitation of our thoughts. Who knows? Ano ba ang magiging expression natin ngayon? In some instances, it is angry. Tignan niyo yung yung mga kabataan natin, yung spoken word, yung it's not really rap, but yes, yung mga ganyan, they're reflecting how they feel about what is happening now. Now, many of us, walang art or kukunti yung means of expression. So some of us, we take to social media at nilalabas natin ang ating saloobin. It may not be as beautifully executed as Baroque art, nor as articulate as the kids who do spoken word. But social media is an outlet for what we are saying. So I want you to feel, free on your own walls. Express yourself. What's the worst that could happen? That people would find out who you really are? What if you're really a good person? What if that heart ought to shine through? Or what if you're so human that you're expressing your fears of how uncertain our future is? I think that people ought to know. Because you're not alone. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel the frustration, the uncertainty, but knowing that we're all going through this, knowing that we aren't alone, that we have each other, that we're together in this, that's what it means to be who we are. It might make things feel a little better, and it might help you act. It might help bring you to the next rally. We'll see each other there because you shouldn't be alone at a time like this. Diba? Sabi ni Anthony, nag-implement na ba ng martial law kahit walang declaration, blanketed by narratives? Kasi sa nangyayari sa justice at galawan ng admin, pang martial law, tamang eliminate the enemy to stay in power. Well, it seems to me, na parang ang undeclared martial law. Parang ang kumbaga, for me, I felt it the most when they're going after, and they still are, going after vloggers. It wasn't just Congress, it was also Senator Risa. Senator Risa even went so far as to accuse me, pero hindi naman ako pinasuhan. So what does that mean? It means that she said something, but she isn't prepared to substantiate in a court of law. Parang it feels to me that way. Undeclared martial law. When you say something the administration doesn't like, you get sued. But that's not what martial law is. Martial law is military. Is the military executes the law. Sila yung police. Sabi ni Floren, out of topic. Last week may news dito na pinasabog via drone yung submarine na may dalang illegal na pupunta sa US shores. Dalawa yung unalived. Where's the crime against humanity and due process? Also a good point, di ba? Para yung nanlaban. Pero saan nangyari? Was it in international waters? Sabi ni Tamba, saan na mga sikretong meeting? Bakit sa panahon ngayon parang wala nang mga pagpupulong? Gaya noong panahon ng Marcos Sr. magnanakaw. Alam nyo, mas magaling tayo magtago ngayon. Sabi ni Joel, basta kumalaban kay Marcos, sigurado kakasuhan. Ano po opinion nyo sa mga nag-speak up na retired personnel na tatanggalan daw ng pensyon, sabi ni Mitch ko? Actually, diniscuss na po natin yan. Hindi po sila sinabihan na tatanggalan sila, pero sinabi ng AFP spokesperson na they are looking into doing exactly that. Nababawiin ang pensyon kapag nagpapakalat daw ng fake news o may inciting to sedition. Yung inciting to sedition, normal naman po na magiging ano talaga yan. Makakasuhan ka at ikaw po ay kung bahagi ng desisyon ng hukuman or ng Sandigan Bayan, pwedeng matanggalan ng pensyon. Pero yung sabihin nila na gano'n, ini-explore pa nila yung possibility, wala pa po talagang rule o bagong batas tungkol dyan, ito ay galawang pananakot. US territory na daw po yung submarine. O tingnan natin kung sino magkakaso dyan sa US. Kasi nasa territorial waters na sila. So sinong unang maghahabla, di ba? Dapat local. Magkakaroon ng crimes against humanity na lang dyan pagka refusal or inability to prosecute the case. Sabi ni Ma'am Dayan, silent followers since Carambola days. I see the need to comment now just to say look fresh niya. Out of topic, but I can't help but saying, salamat ma'am. Wala lang, I dressed up today. So, minsan-minsan. Sabi ni Piquio de la Rama, hypocritical double standards at its best. That seems contradictory in emotions. Hi, kay Sir Ed Zoology. Uy, here's one for being classy with your argument as always. Happy Saturday. Thank you, Sir Ed. Nax. O, diba? Sabi ni Jay, gusto ko yan, attorney. SOCMED somehow helps us express who we are. Kaya nga, and honesty is appreciated. Sabi nga nila, you can't have good art if it isn't honest. It has to portray what you are actually thinking and feeling. Otherwise, it will feel contrived. Sabi ni Anthony, nag-i-implement na ba ng martial law kahit walang declaration? Blanketed by narratives kasi sa nangyayari sa justice at galawan ng admin. Yun pala yun. Ngayon medyo maayos yung pagkano. Bakit biglang may medical emergency si Tambi at sa ibang bansa pa? Ano yun? Isinugod siya sa pinakamalayong ospital? Maybe he got the news finally na hindi mag-fly yung kanyang State Witness Act. What can you say about Mindanao separating from the Philippines? May nakikita ba kayo dyan na movement na medyo magkakatotoo in the nearest future? Wala po actually. But I understand why people are talking about it because in an age where people are frustrated with the way the national government has been managing things, insurgencies or the need na to get away from it all, kumbaga, is understandable. Attorney, kailan man nanawagan ng rally ang mga negosyante kontra korupsyon kasi bawal ang Marcos resign? Hindi ko po alam. Pero I think that yung mga, ano bang tawag sa kanila? Yung mga balimbing na usually pag businessman, you don't like to rock the boat. Ayaw nyong tumatanggi or kumukontra doon sa ruling powers. But when the businessmen throw their support behind a candidate who is not sitting in the administration, that is a powerful statement. It means the rise of Sara Duterte for 2028 has begun. She's been rising for some time, but now it is significant. So lahat ng ito, tatandaan ninyo, lahat ng ginagawa ng Marcos administration ay tungo sa dalawang objectives. Number one is para hindi manalo si VP Inday sa 2028. But number two also is para hindi natin pinagtutuunan ng pansin ang tuloy-tuloy na pagnanakaw. At hindi sila tumitigil tuloy-tuloy ng pagnanakaw sa kaban ng bayan. Sabi ni Rufaida, ask lang po kung pwede kasuhan si Kong Kiko sa panawagan niya ng recession for Mindanao. Not recession po, secession sa Mindanao. Nanawagan ba siya? Ano ba yung exact comment niya? Sandali, hanapin natin. Barzaga. Mindanao is the second largest island in the country, and their interests should not be ignored or be considered as less important than those in Luzon. So far, very political, very politician. And with the recent flood control anomalies being traced back to the residences of corrupt politicians in the NCR, the interest for Mindanao's secession has gradually increased. He said, Mindanao is capable of being self-sufficient as an independent nation with their abundant natural resources and competent labor force. He also noted that the corrupt national government taxing Mindanao citizens for the benefit of Luzon politicians is upsetting to Mindanaoans. Okay, very, very politician, very, very directed to a target audience, and that's us. So, but hindi po siya nagkikayat. Ang sinasabi niya, nasa interes ng mga taga Mindanao ang maghikayat na ng paghihiwalay para hindi malubog doon sa posibleng darating na economic recession dahil sa mismanagement ng administrasyong ito ng ating resources at ng ating finances. Di ba? So, kumbaga, Kiko Barzaga is proving to be a consummate politician. Very young, very green, but he knows the right things to say. He also knows to say just enough to be controversial, but also just enough to be on the right side of the law. No, I don't think that any criminal case can prosper regarding those statements. So, yung mga nagsasabing tatanggalin na yan, you have to make it clear for what reason. Sabi ni Florian, I felt so bad. Nung sinabi niya, alisin daw yung mga pensyon ng mga retired men in uniform na bumabati ko sa B administration. Kailangan nga doblehin pa yung pension nila sa serbisyo nila. Good. Not just them, may survivorship benefits pa yan. Kasi kung yumao na, they have widows and children. In some instances, dependents. Now, tama po kayo. Pero ang sinasabi lang ng spokes is that they are exploring the possibility of doing this and asking, consulting with lawyers and jurists about putting up a rule or another law about it. Number one, kung inciting to sedition, that is already punishable by law. And if in cases like the Sandigan Bayan can actually issue a penalty, can mete out a penalty of suspension or removal of the pensions. However, the AFP spokesperson also talked about fake news. So, tika muna. Diba? Fake news. Congress nga, hindi nila ma-define ng fake news So the reason for them to bring it out isn't so much that they're going to take away the pensions. It's to put the fear of losing their pensions in the hearts and minds of the retirees who have been very, very vocal about how this government continues to fail us. So, next. Sabi ni Mitch, so yun po yung dyan. I hope, Mitch, you heard it. Sabi ni Florian, fake news. How about Auntie Claire? Okay. So, may nagsabi na under Article 154, and totoo naman ito, of the revised penal code, mayroon namang punishable na fake news or what we believe or understand as fake news. So under Article 154, dalawa po yung related na crimes dito. Publishing false news, unlawful use of means of publication or false utterances. So yung unlawful use of publication, unlawful use of means of publication penalizes the publication as news, false news, that could endanger the public order or damage the interest or credit of the state through printing, lithography, or other means of publication. Okay? Ewan ko kung sa mga live sa rally, pero sa social media, that could be considered as publication. Ang sinasabi dito is, it has to be false news and it has to be published as news. Okay? If it is not published as news, it is not fake news. So, encouraging disobedience, inciting disobedience to the law is also punishable under Article 154 of the Revised Penal Code. Praising or justifying illegal acts. O, isa pa yan. Maliciously publishing official documents, publishing anonymous books. O, yun po yun. And I do not think na nakikita ko doon sa mga utterances ng ating mga retired servicemen yung mga elements sa Article 154. Sabi ni Jay, nakakaawa din yung mga sundalo, etc. Yung mga alam na nila na their commander-in-chief, lusaw na wala na sa matinong patutunguhan, wala silang magawa because their mandate is to protect the government. That's not true. But how about the people? Kaya siguro dinaan na lang ng admin, nabigyan sila ng malaking budget para tumahimik. The Constitution says that AFP is the protector of the people and the state. The government is part of the state. But if they are a protector of the people, as well as of the state, there will be times when they will be called to choose. When it is the government who endangers the people, the AFP is the protector of the people. Unfortunately, sinasabi ni Chief of Staff, Romeo Browner, na ang pag-protect the people daw ay kailangan dumaan sa chain of command. Yan ang interpretation nila. Sabi ni Arsenio, ma'am, pinagpalang araw po, beyond the challenge of hair follicle test, why not a neuropsychological test for our dear President Jr.? Well, I think that there is value in public outcry asking him to do that. But let's not, kumbaga, delude ourselves into thinking that he will actually do it. Sabi ni Kaupe, ay naku, pag may mali sila dyan sa palasyo, laging defense ay fake news. Kakatawa, paulit-ulit, parang script lang ng mga dilaw pink red kapag nahuli na mali sila. Sabi ni Roses, nung ikaw pa, attorney, ang nasa PCO, maayos at respetado ng mga tao ang opisina, ngayon, nasa ula na dahil kay Auntie Claire. Ay. Sabi ni Rayo, an official statement supposedly to clarify the events contained blame for the Filipino publication or article. Ramdam mo ba Filipinos ito? Why are you so vague in your statement? An official statement. By whom? Saying what? There's an aim but no details. Contained blame for Filipino publication and article. What Filipino publication? What article? So, sabi ni Kaupe, o kaya may magsasabi lagi na bakit kayo galit? Busit. Mga entitled kasi parang bawal magalit kapag hindi ka yellow, pink, or red. Meron pang hanggang ngayon sinasabi, bitter daw ako, kaya ako kumukontra sa administrasyon. So, so it's as though none of these things exist. It's as though the corruption doesn't exist. Kasi pag pinuna mo, bitter ka. Ay talaga, hindi pwedeng magalit ka sa korupsyon, bitter ka lang. Sabi ni Ma'am Valerie, how can it be subject to the chain of command? Presupposes that the AFP chief is beyond politics and corruption. May punto po kayo dyan, correct. Sabi ni Eseret, si PRD nagbigay ng doble sweldo to boost moral ng mga men in uniform while BBM nagbigay to silence them. Sabi ni Rayo, Marcos, admin is the most corrupt, both junior and senior. Lito says, good afternoon, watching from Leyte. Kamusta po ang lola nyo? Sa Leyte. Serimon says, ang Pilipinas nalulukuban ng kadiliman, ang tagal nagliwanag. Parang 10 taon tayo nakakulong sa kadiliman. 10 taon from when? Ay yung last 3 years feels like 10 years. Oo nga eh. Rayo, nahihirapan talaga ako sa mga comments mo. Poor planning missed the Constitution. This is real situations, Philippines. Pakitranslate po, what do you mean? Sabi ni Che, kakampings, most of them can't understand sarcasm. Oh no, I think they do understand sarcasm. They just don't laugh. Hi, kay Lito. Good afternoon kay Kibi Kisu. Sabi ni Michael, walang pagbabago kung walang magli-lead na may powerful voice para lahat talaga lumabas. I think that what you're saying is that you're asking certain personalities or people na sila yung mag-lead. I think you're going to have to make that call. Pero para sa akin, kung si VP Inday ang pananawagan niyo ng ganyan, you will be putting her in harm's way. Sabi ni Bingsky, thoughts sa VP INC meeting. Bakit nilabas ba nila kung ano yung topic ng meeting na yon? Kasi kung wala naman silang nilalabas at nag-speculate tayo, hindi po ako magkukomento dyan. Mahirap mag-speculate. Baka magpakalat lang tayo ng teorya natin. So, yun. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng sumubaybay sa live natin ngayong araw na ito. Maraming salamat nga pala. Uy, thank you Kibingsky pala. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng nagpadala ng gifts sa TikTok, dito sa ating sa YouTube, super chat at super sticker, at sa lahat din po na nagpadala sa ating Facebook ng mga stars. Ano ito? Naglalabas ng articles of some semblance of proof si Manong Chavit ng plunder during BBM in his senatorial sortie on the Monopolist case. What happened na dun sa kaso? I don't know because I was never aware of that case. Sabi ni Zacharian, tama ito. Huwag kayong aasa na gagawin ni VP ang manawagan. May delikadesa ang mga Duterte. Kung mapapansin po ninyo, si PRD mismo, hindi siya nanawagan ng pagbababa kay Marcos Jr. Hindi rin mananawagan si VP Inday ng ganyan. Yung seryoso ha, as opposed dun sa, siguro dapat bumaba ka na. Di ba? Hindi ganon. She will not do that kasi nga siya yung successor. Pwede tayo yung manawagan. Kaya nga hindi pwede na asahan natin na mag-lead yung mga katulad ni VP Inday o ni PRD or even ni Nabaste or Kong Pulong kasi nga si VP Inday ang uupo. So tayo na walang hope to gain except good governance ang dapat na nanawagan nun. And leaders will rise out of the ranks. Ang problema kasi is this, and this is why there are certain ill-intentioned vloggers na sinisiraan yung other vloggers. Not because of anything substantial, but because these people are rising as leaders. Because VP Inday is naturally constrained by her position not to speak out in certain ways. The leaders who seem to be arising from the ranks of vloggers, sila yung open sa paninira ngayon. Sila yung ginagawang targets. And yes, I won't say na hindi kami kasama kami sa mga tinatarget dyan. Because of the possibility that they might rise as leaders. And yun ang pinakaayaw ng Marcos administration. Yun ang pinakakinatatakutan nila that finally, pagka may leaders na ang oposisyon, their days will be numbered. So, hi kay thank you kay Sumats din. Sabi niya, thank you for the insights, educating talaga. Sabi ni William, I want to work with Ma'am Sara Duterte. I am from Australia. You have to be a Filipino citizen if you're going to be a government employee or official. Thank you kay Sumats. Fake news po yan, sabi ni Zaldi Tolentino. May nabasa akong article na sabi ni VP, siguraduhin lang nila na matalo nila ako o mga kaalyado ko sa 2028. Uy, hindi po totoong sinabi niya yan. May nagpapalabas lang yan para makasira kay VP Inday. Huwag niyo pong ipakalat yan, baka mapahamak yung account niyo. Okay, so thank you very much. Huwag po tayong mag-overthink ng ibang bagay. Pero sa akin, so balik tayo dun sa original, i-recap lang po natin. Ang problema natin, well, dito sa Luminous, ang problema namin with Attorney Regal is that, okay lang sana, we could accept her opinion, but that also means that we do not occupy, or we do not have the same political stance, kumbaga. But I disagree also with her legal opinion because she used the words or the position taken by the prosecution in the pretrial chamber and stated them as though they are facts. Of course, this is her opinion, but if it is her opinion that the prosecution is being factual, then what is the point in having a trial at all? So, if it is already established according to her, factually. But there is a trial. And part of having a fair trial is having a fair judge. Part of having a trial is determining jurisdiction, or whether or not the tribunal, or in this case, the pretrial chamber, has the power to make a decision over the freedom of former President Rodrigo Duterte. Attorney Regal was advocating for a submissive position vis-a-vis the pretrial chamber. Dapat daw mag-submit na lang. Sadly, it is a strategy that can no longer hold water at this time. Attorney Kaufman himself brought up the matter that it is the prosecution that is allowing the private lawyers of the lawyers of private complainants to troll the defense. And it amazes the rest of us that the trolling finds its way in the decision of the pretrial chamber vis-a-vis the interim release. Attorney Oliva wants us to accept, be passive, defer to an ICC that we feel has gone rogue or gone nuts. It has no power over the United States with an outstanding warrant already for President Donald Trump. There's an existing outstanding warrant, from what we hear, against Vladimir Putin. There is one against Netanyahu. There are some against other world leaders, and yet nobody has saw it fit either to surrender these people or for the ICC's pretrial chamber to assert their jurisdiction over these people. Why the focus on Rodrigo Duterte, and why take a submissive stance against a pretrial chamber that many of us here feel has no longer been fair? And why take it against the Vice President, who is, as quoted by international publications, the world's most indignant daughter? And rightly so, because the rest of us, who are proudly raised by a Duterte, are just as indignant. We will not admit jurisdiction. And submission and submissiveness is not part of our strategy. But what we do, we're okay with her legal opinion. That is her opinion. And this is based on her reading of the Rome Statute. Fine. What we cannot stand is the dishonesty in portraying herself as pro-Duterte and then using the words of the prosecution in total agreement. She later claims that she did not use the right words. The statement was badly drafted. Okay, badly drafted. She meant something else. She's on her side, our side, now. But the way that she managed her live kanina, it made me feel that she was desperate and she was pleading and begging for us to return. It's not how it works in social media, and certainly does not work for what are collectively referred to as the DDS. When we lose faith, you rarely get a second chance. There are some, however, that we have given second chances to. Maybe you'll fall into that, but right now, you're in the doghouse. Sincerity is consistent. You still have a chance, but I wouldn't hold my breath. So thank you very much. Oops. Oh, Arsenio, you're looking for the new kitten? He died. He had feline parvo. So yeah, he died after a day. We tried to save him. We were desperate, but he's the reason we were taking care of him here at home. So I'm sorry to have to tell you this now. So, bakit sinabi ni Mocha Princess na thank you, Mr. Teddy Adarna, for the lovely quote? Andito si Sir Teddy? Because I would be so flattered if he was. Yes, Miss Luri, namatay po siya. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you very much. Sabi ni Ma'am Mocha, na-inspire lang daw siya sa nabasa niya sa kanya. Akala ko na-quote ko rin. So, okay. For a man, no second chance sa kanya. Sabi ni Ma'am, ito. When you kneel before, thank you Ma'am Mocha for this quote from Sir Teddy. When you kneel before the mob, you will always die by its mercy. When you seek power through performance, you become the stage. And the audience will tear you apart when the act grows stale. Oh, yeah. Hey. Alam, mapapagalitan si Mimo. Be careful. Ano na naman yan? Baka mabasa. Dito sa house namin, ang yaya ng cats is Sir Beros. Come here, so say hi to everybody because you're a good boy. Did you say hi to everybody? Are you good? Have you been a good boy? Come here. Yes, sir. Yeah, there's Sir Beros. So, all right, behave. Very good. Lie down and you get the treat later. Lie down. Lie down. Oh my goodness gracious. Si Sir kasi pag nagla-lie down siya, very dramatic. He doesn't, go down like that. No. He'll go. Tapos nagla-lie down. Para siyang hinihimatay. So, there's no halfway. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat. Ito lang request ko. We can't be against somebody, pero I strongly advocate for a respectful discourse. Maybe we don't like Attorney Oliva right now, but I think wag naman tayo mag-ad hominem. I'm leaving that up to you. It is just my position na hindi ako mag-ad hominem. So, or at least pinipigilan ko sarili ko. But since tao tayo, nagkakamali din tayo paminsan-minsan. But it is something that I would like to para may diskurso, ba? But that doesn't mean na bawal kayong mag-express ng frustration ninyo. That's what the freedom of speech is all about. So let's just look for a balance. Okay? So, my condolences, Sir Arsenio. Sabi niya, his sister-in-law passed away and her Shih Tzu followed less than 24 hours after. Well, thank you. Thank you for letting us know and our deepest condolences. Thank you very much din sa lahat ng TikTokers natin. Thank you for being here. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.